All right, I know this might sound really weird right off the bat, but I came to this point where I'm asking myself and telling myself, how can I call myself anything when I'm so many things? You know, like we call ourselves things and we give ourselves these labels, and then we get stuck there. We get stuck in the labels. You know, like me, I don't even know what to call myself anymore. I don't know what to call myself. What can I call myself? How can I give myself a name or a label? Like even SBN Resonate, it seems like a label. It seems like a symbol. And yes, it is a symbol. The SBN symbol that I drew that freehand, and it's a symbol. It's somebody but nobody. But really, it's a statement saying, I'm a person, and I'm a thing, and I'm a life, but really, I'm nobody. I don't know what I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring things out along the way. I'm learning for myself. I'm doing research for myself. I'm looking into things for myself. I'm doing everything for myself as much as I possibly can. But when I call myself something, then I get stuck. That's where people get stuck, is when they call themselves something. They label themselves as something. Now, I'm not talking about people like, say, your name is Barry. Barry's Best Breads. Please buy Barry's Breads. They're the best. Okay, you're a baker and you bake bread for a living, and that's what you do. You know, Cindy's Candies. Okay, Cindy makes candy, and that's what Cindy does for a living. Cindy makes candy. But me, it's like, okay, well, what are you, Mr. Coleman? What are you? What do you do? Who are you? I couldn't tell people that because I'm someone that is willing to constantly learn new things. I'm willing to say that I'm wrong and I don't know. I'm willing to make mistakes. I'm willing to experiment with things in my life, and I'm willing to do those things so that I can see what, you know, is really going on, like what I want to do and what I don't want to do. I don't want to say that I'm growing or like say anything boastful or bragging, because then that's what it is. Then I'll be boasting and bragging that I know everything when I don't know everything. I still have things that I don't even know myself. And this is where we get caught up. This is where we get stuck in our ways, is that we think that we know just because we know something, and then we label ourselves as that thing. Oh, I know everything about this thing. And yeah, some people do. They do know about what they're talking about with one thing. But then they never looked into anything else besides that one thing. How can you ask Barry's Breads, how can you ask Barry, well, could you explain the solar system? Could you tell me what are these insects? Could you tell me what type of grass this is? Why is the sky blue? You know, Barry would probably have no idea. Most Barrys would probably have no idea why those things are like that. And if you said something to Cindy's Candies, Cindy that makes candy, if you said, okay, well, what are the ingredients that go into the candy? How do you make it? Yes, she can answer probably every single question for you that you need to know about candy. But if you ask her, okay, what happened in 1942 Germany? Oh, I don't know. What is a gulag? I don't know. You know, when did this happen? What is this thing? Cindy probably has no idea. Most Cindys probably don't. I'm not saying that most Cindys do or don't, See, there I go, judging again, but I'm just saying, probably there's a lot of people that they can't tell you about a lot of things because they're not learning for themselves. They're stuck in their ways. They're stuck with what they do, and that's all that they know. And me, I don't want to be like that. I don't know who I am. I know the things that I'm going for. I'm going for to learn new things. I'm going for to figure out what it is that will make me as healthy as I can be. I'm looking into things for myself, and I'm experimenting with my own mind and my own body and doing things for myself, but I can't go by the labels. I can't go by any symbol. I just can't do it. Like, even though I get something from every single symbol, even though I get something from every single teaching that I look into and I read or I listen to, even though I got something from religion, even though I got something from all those things, I don't get stuck on those things. I don't say, okay, I'm a Christian. Okay, I am a Buddhist. I go by this symbol. I live by this symbol. No, I don't live by any particular symbol, but I know what the thing is that I have. The SBN thing is saying that I am everything. I am everything in this world, and I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I'm willing to dive deep and to learn things for myself. That's what SBN Resonate means. It's saying, look, I'm nobody. I can't put a label to myself. I'm just learning. I'm looking into stuff, and I'm gaining as much knowledge as possible. And that's what SBN represents. It's like a statement. It's not even a symbol to me. It's like a statement. It's just saying, yes, I am a human being. I am a person just like you. You know, I make mistakes. I bleed. I can do all these things that any other human is possible and capable of doing. But let me learn things. Let me look into things for myself so I don't do what the average person will do. Not that I'm looking down on them. I'm just saying it's something. It's basically something saying, learn knowledge for yourself. Look into things for yourself. Always be a skeptic. Never go by what the world is doing. Never go by what the crowd is saying is for sure. Never go by what your brothers and sisters, your family, you know, people that you think you trust in. Never go by what they're saying completely. Always be kind of a skeptic in everything you do, because if you're not, then you won't learn things. You won't figure things out for yourself if you're not a skeptic. If you're not somebody that takes time for yourself to look into things, then you're not going to know them for yourself. See, this is the problem, I think, is that the whole world is going by what their parents or their family or their brothers and sisters or their friends or their boyfriend, girlfriend, their job, their scientist, their teacher, another person, a rapper, a musician, an artist. They're going by what they're saying and what they're labeling themselves as. And they never figure out anything for themselves. They never dive deep into a situation. They never figure it out for themselves. You know, it's always about the ideology. It's always about the symbols. And I have nothing against, because I know of a couple people that, you know, have tattoos of symbols and they go by symbols. I don't have a problem with symbols. It's just, don't get caught up in the ideology of these symbols. Don't let yourself stay stuck with just that, because then you can't learn anything. You won't go outside of the norm of anything if you do go by that, But I don't have a problem with symbols. I don't have a problem with teachings. I don't have a problem with gurus that are actually giving you something valuable. I don't have a problem with that. It's just, if you don't admit that you don't know, or you're not willing to say that you're wrong, or that you made a mistake, or you messed up, then you're never going to learn for yourself. You're never going to move on from a situation. You're never going to understand for yourself why this keeps happening, or how this happened. How did I get myself in this situation? How do I get myself out? Why do I keep doing this thing that I don't want to do over and over again? You don't figure it out for yourself. You go to other people and you go to others for answers, when the only answer that you're going to get is right here, is looking back at yourself. That's the only answer you're going to get. I'm not saying you can't get suggestions from other people. I'm not saying that you can't get advice, like how to start to build a cabin, how to make this certain type of tea drink, like how much tea do I put in it, like Cindy's candies, how much, like what ingredients do I put in the candy, Barry's breads, okay, well what do I put in the bread? You know what I'm saying? And just real quick, for anybody that's out there, I cut out wheat, soy, and sugar from my diet. Well, not sugar completely. There's a little bit of sugar in the oatmeal I eat. But ever since I cut out wheat and soy again, I feel way different. I feel way different. I have more energy. I have less brain fog. I can think better. I can think about what I'm saying a lot better. I'm more clear-minded. I'm not depressed. I'm not stressed. I'm not anxious. So keep that in mind. Wheat is gluten. Gluten and soy, I know for me, is horrible. And I'm telling you, just cutting out those things and drinking skim milk. I drink skim milk. I lost, about 15 pounds, 10, 15 pounds in the last, 2 months. And I feel a lot better. So I just wanted to let everybody know that, because, see, I've been experimenting with myself. I've been finding these things out for myself. Nobody told me to do this. The doctor didn't tell me to do this. My mom and my dad, my family, nobody. The internet didn't tell me to do this. I found this out on my own. If you're somebody that is getting rashes, like I was, if you're really itchy, if you're bloated up, if your joints are hurting, cut out wheat and gluten and soy, and cut out sugar, and drink low-fat milk if you want to help your health. That's if you want to help your health. Now, if you want me to, you can write in the comments. I can write you something out, what I eat every day. I can do that for you if you want me to, but that's if you want to know, if you get this far in the video. But yeah, it's like I have no problem. I have no problem with all the religions in the world and all the symbology, symbolism, and things like that. I have no problem with those things. It's just, that's as far as some people go with their lives. They get caught up in the ideologies. They get caught up in their religions. They get caught up in the doctrines. They get caught up in these things, and then they never find out who they are. They never look into who they are. They never ask questions. They never doubt anything. They're not skeptical of anything. They never go outside of the norm. This is what I'm trying to say here. And we don't even know that if we do these things, this is like a blessing in disguise. And I'm not talking about a religious blessing. I'm talking about a natural blessing that comes to you when you do these things for yourself. Like, I'm glad that I figured out that wheat and soy is bad for me, and that I did the other thing that I said, cut out sugar and stuff, and drinking 0% milk. Now, I didn't cut out the sugar completely. I won't lie to you. I eat a very, very little bit of sugar. It's low sugar oatmeal, and I only eat that like every 3 days. So, and I'm a little out of breath here. I'm not too much in shape, I must admit. That's another thing that I want to do. I want to get back in shape, but that's going to be something hard for me. I can't lie. That is something that I don't know if I really want to do. I just want to focus on eating right, you know, focus on my health that way, and keep walking. I walk all the time. So, but yeah, doing these videos, I'm walking and I'm not really breathing too much. So I'm just catching my breath a little bit. But yeah, y'all, I just want to say, look into things for yourself. Ask questions. Be skeptical. There's nothing wrong with going outside the norm. There's nothing wrong with going outside of your traditions and your culture. I think this is what is keeping us stuck in our ways. I think it is what is not allowing us to learn for ourselves, you know? This is why I'm so for the individualist mindset, the stoicism, individualistic mindset, because you learn why you're suffering. You learn for yourself why you're going through these pains. You understand and you find out for yourself, why am I doing this? How is this happening to me? But you gotta care for yourself, though. I mean, why wouldn't we care for ourselves? Let me ask you that. Who has ever told you that you're worthless, or you're nothing, or you're a piece of crap, or whatever? Who has ever told you these things? Or are you telling yourself that? Because I just see it as self-sabotaging. You're having self-sabotaging behavior, and I know I'm capable of doing the same exact thing, and I did it a lot in my life, a lot. And that's why I'm asking questions and I'm looking into stuff, and I'm remembering where I was at 2 months ago when I said, please help me, because I thought that I needed help. No, I didn't need help. I was just expelling all the old stuff out my mind that my mind was used to. And I've been doing that for a long time, and I've been fighting a battle within myself to know myself and to get all that old baggage out of me, and to get what I'm used to out of me, and step out of the box and do something different, man. Woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing this for us to help ourselves. I'm not doing this to down people. I'm not doing this to get people discouraged or upset or attacking anybody. You know, this is something I'll say to end the video. Never attack anybody when you're speaking to them. You have to explain to people, show people, give people some kind of proof of what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And if you know you're being honest with your words, then you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to really go out of your way to explain yourself if you know you're being honest. If you know you're being honest and you know that you are telling your truth, that you know that you did things that you said, things that you went through, things that you've experienced with yourself, you experimented with, you experienced, you dove into, then you don't have to explain or prove anything to anybody if you're doing that for yourself. And I know everything I'm saying is the brutal honest, it's brutal honesty. It is the raw honey in the bottle. I don't have to put any extra ingredients in there and say, oh yeah, my honey is pure. Oh, well, don't tell them that there's that 2% of, whatever, acids and extra sugars and all this stuff. No, I am the purest form of the honey. I'm right out of the honeycomb. And I know that for myself. Do you know that for you? Because you can know that for you while you're here on this earth. You can know that for you. This isn't, I don't have to motivate people. I don't even have to say I'm inspiring you. I don't have to convince you of anything. All I have to do is be living proof. I am my own testimony. You know what I'm saying? And I am my own meaning. So if it's meaningless for you, then do something that you like doing. Do something you really want to do, and do it with your actions, what you say, the choices you make, and that will be your meaning right there. You don't have to prove anything to people. You don't got to go overboard to show the world what you are. And that's what I admit. That's what I was doing in a lot of my older videos. I think I was trying to prove to people who I am and what I do. You know, and I realized you can't go about it like that. You can't force what you're doing upon people. You just got to be yourself, know who you are, know that you're being honest with number one, and that's it. It's all you can do. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna get a little bit more sun here, and I'm heading over. I got to get a shower and stuff, and I'll be thinking of more stuff. I'll be learning more stuff. I'll be resonating on myself and reflecting on my life, and that's what I'll be bringing y'all all the time, is me and what I learned, what I'm doing. So any of the support, any donations are highly appreciated. They help more than what you think they do. I don't care if it's $1, $5, a thumbs up, a subscription. I don't care what it is. Anything is extra credit to me. But I know that the donations and the thumbs up and stuff like that really helps. And I am going for 1,000 people on this channel, because I want, this is what I want to do for a living. I don't want to do anything else. Nothing else. This is what I know I want to do for the rest of my life. And see, I need to get my ass into some kind of shape, because I won't lie to you, I'm really out of breath, and I'm not even walking fast, and I can't breathe too well, so that's not good. And see, I'm admitting on here that I'm still not in shape. I'm like 225. I'm still too big. I got like 45 extra pounds on me. My high school weight was like 183 to 187, something like that. So I got to lose about 40 more pounds, 45 pounds. And it's not going to be easy, but I know that this diet, that's why I said, if you want to know what I eat, I will give you a list of what I eat. That's if you want to know. If you really want to get better for yourself, I'm not saying that my diet will work for you, but I know that it's doing something for me, and it's really helping. It's really, really helping. And I'm glad about that, man. I'm glad about that for once. You know, let's start looking at ourselves like we're valuable, like we are something. Even if you think life is meaningless, even if you think that everything is whatever, you can still do things for yourself to help so that you're not so down and out, to help you see that you don't know everything and you can know more than what you already know. You know, that's what I am all the time. I'm just learn and give. And what I give is I give myself. I don't give a ton of money because I don't have a lot of money myself. So I can't give money out. I can't give anything other than myself right now. You know what I mean? That's why I tell y'all, if you have to give, then please do that. If it's in your metaphorical heart to do that, and you can help another human out, I would do the same thing. And I do help certain people out. You know, I'm not going to say what I do or how much I do, but I do help others out. Even when I don't have it like that, I do it. Because that's what I want to do. I want to give to others as well as myself. You know, you give and you get back. It's just plain and simple. And if that giving is words, is giving myself and telling others what I know or what I learned from myself through experiments and experience and drama and trouble and ups and downs and the storms and the trials and tribulations in my life, then what else can I do? You know, it's like self-sacrifice without sacrificing yourself. It's like taking up your own metaphorical burdens and cross, like what it says in the Bible, but not holding it on your shoulders, but yet you're taking up what you know. You're being honest with yourself. You're confessing every day to the world what your problems are, what you need to work on, what you know that you're not doing that you maybe should be doing. It's like, this is what I'm gonna always be doing, is exposing myself. And this is what I would like for everyone else to do in their lives, because you don't know. It is a metaphorical blessing in disguise and you don't even know it. You might not know it. I'm not saying you do or you don't. Let me take that back. You might not know it, but I'm telling you it's a blessing in disguise. So if you do watch any of my older videos, let that be a lesson for who I am today, because that's not me and that will never be me again. That Nate is dead. Every day I'm starting over a clean slate, and that's what I'm telling myself every day. I'm convincing myself that I'm starting over. I'm convincing myself I'm not going by old habits. I'm not going by old traditions. I'm not going by these old things that don't mean anything no more. They're dead and gone. Now let me move on. You know, every single moment is, it's a new slate, a new stepping out of the box. Step out of the box. Okay, don't want to be here anymore. Step out of the box. Okay, I don't want to be here anymore. Step out of the box. Okay, shed the snake skin. Shh. All right, it's shed. Okay, shed the snake skin. Shh, it's shed. Okay, I learned something else. Step out of the box. It's in the back of my head now. Okay, I learned something else. Shed the snake skin. Okay, I learned something else. Wipe the slate clean. I'm moving on. You see, that's my mentality right now. And I really don't think there's enough individuals out there speaking these kind of words. I really don't think there's enough people. I know that Daily Stoicism, he's one channel that I just found a little bit ago, and what he's doing on his channel, it's not because he's a big channel either. It's because he's looking into things for himself every single day. And that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, is what he's doing. I'm just not a big channel like him. You know, I'm the littler guy right now, but I don't care that I'm littler, because that's not what matters. What matters is that I'm finding new things out. I'm learning new things. I'm doing new things. I'm being a skeptic. I'm asking myself questions every day, you know? And on and on and on. It doesn't stop. And right, like I said in the last video, memento mori. Remember your death. That should be an inspiration to you every day to live the best now, because you don't have long. All right, y'all. Later. It's beautiful out here.